as a scientist, not taking into account economy or industry or finance or kids or anything, just science, I would say that the only safety level with these microwaves is 0. Because that's the normal background. There are no such things around normally. And again, in my lectures, I ask people, how, and then I only talk about the 3rd generation mobile phones. And we ask people, how much more of such irradiation do you receive today compared to like 5 years ago here in Belfast? Doubled or tripled, and once there was a man who said, oh no, it's 100 times more over the 5 last years. But the truth is that the increase is 1 day there for 5 years ago.
Okay, thank you. Lily? So you first?
No, I think Con was first here.
Okay. I'm aware of your work in the area of mast cells in the islets of Langerhans, and I'm wondering, is there any link between the damage those cells enormous?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. The question is if there could be a link between the disease diabetes and electromagnetic fields. We have done other scientists that have at least indicated that yes, that could be such a link, and they have struggled to receive funding, but for various reasons, very intelligent projects are sitting on the shelves, and I have actually invited one of them to come to the Karolinska Institute, but it's a little bit like getting married. I have nothing to offer. I'm ugly too, so she didn't respond in such a positive way. She said that we needed to have a funding at least. I didn't send a portrait.
Here?
Yeah, could I just ask you, at the moment, is it just sensitive people who are open to this, or are they just the canaries in the mine at the future?
Oh, that's a very good comment, Of course, people with the functional impairment, electrohypersensitivity, has acted, as you say, as canary birds in the coal mine. But maybe they will be the winners, as will very, very poor people like in Africa and South America and so on be, because they cannot afford to subject themselves to this kind. Want to do that as electrohypersensitives, and maybe they will not get then long-term health effects such as infertility, cancer, etc. But at the same time, coming from concerned parents, for instance, from more or less anyone that is concerned about these health effects, and the most common question I would get in Stockholm, is this safe for my kid? They don't care about watts per kilograms or 3G or whatever. They just want to see, is it safe or not? And people are getting more and more annoyed because they have learned throughout the years that very often when it comes to environmental health issues, they have not been given the full picture from the beginning. And people could live with that a knife is dangerous, a car is dangerous. They can understand and live with that and make an informed choice. But they just go bananas, at least in Sweden, if they found out that, for instance, the government did hide the truth from them. And that's actually illegal. The European Union has saying that all cards should be on the table all the time. Not a single card is allowed to be hidden by anyone. All cards on the table. And therefore the European Parliament has now reacted to this, because they also feel the smoke from the lawyers. They don't want to have a scandal more. And I was 2 years ago in Brussels at the European Parliament, and then it was clearly outspoken that the European Union cannot take 1 or 2 scandals like the BSE or something like that again, then the whole European Union will crumble down. People will lose confidence. So it's more than a scientific issue, it's really an issue about the entire society and its future. And I think the good side with Intel, people can easily find all these data. They are not hidden in any way. You can just search to Google or something like that, and they will then immediately realize that, hey, this was published in 1995 and I've still not heard it. How come? And so therefore I feel in Sweden